Good morning and good afternoon, guys. Happy hump day. We are halfway through the week already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And as you can see, I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Zeropium. Hey.
Oh, you mean me? How you doing? Boy, I do know how to make a horrible, flawed entrance. Good morning to Purple Valkyrie. Good morning to everyone in the crowd. Now you can stare at my ugly mug again for another hour this week. Oh my God, this guy again. Good morning. Nice to see you all here.
Good morning. That's not an ugly mug. That's an awesome mug.
Are you kidding? This is, I just got out of the shower. What's left of my hair is a mess, and I haven't shaved in 3 days. Kind of a mess, but I'm excited to do this because we're diving a little bit deeper into the iceberg, but I still feel like it's just the tip.
Yes.
Because
I don't know how we feel about the tip.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I don't know how deep we can go, so maybe look forward to more, because I feel like we glossed over so much last time. We got material for days, guys, so just buckle up. Buckle up.
We have got so much to cover, but before we do, let me say hi to everybody. So we have got Brandon, the anime guy, and Arwen Avalon. Thank you guys for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Let's see. We've got Keely Chow. Good morning, Keely. We've got Project Storytime. He says, "Hail Zero."
Hail.
We have got both Bash Brothers, Mark and Chris. Hello, gentlemen. Good to see you. I know I saw Kendra Al in there earlier. Hello, sweetheart. Good to see you. We've got Mobile Recluse. Good afternoon. Good to see you as well. I think that's everyone. Oh, look, Paris and Deadman Walking. Hey, guys. Good to see you. And Chris says, don't worry, Zeropium. We can all enjoy that Jurassic Park poster.
Yeah. That one there. I remember, Purple, you were talking about Jurassic Park posters not too long ago, were you? You can't see it. You can't see it from here, but right there, that actually came from the Jurassic Park Sega game. That's a Sega logo right there. But nice. that was a background that I made for something else, and I kind of just threw that in there, and I thought it looked all right. So yeah,
I think it's pretty awesome. And we were talking about iconic film posters, and I brought up the Jurassic Park one.
Yeah. Yeah, it is iconic. One look and you know all hell's going to break loose.
Absolutely.
Good times. Woo. Oh, yeah. So
where would you like to start? Because like you say, we've got a lot to cover again today.
You know, it's going to happen again, guys. I'm sorry. We could have done so much more. This is just the tip, and we got a real big tip. So since I have a tendency to ramble, I'm sorry. Purple, why don't you give us all a nice Shield Bash wake-up call and start us off with something you would like?
Okay, awesome. Well, I've kind of veered away from games today. I've got a few games that I'm going to show, but I also have other stuff. So let me grab a couple. So we were talking... Oops, nearly dropped my phone. We were talking the other day. Grabbed all three of the previous Mass Effect games.
Blowing me right out of the water here.
Love these games.
I'm actually glad you brought that up. I was going to save those for later, but we're all fans here because I will show you. I didn't even need this, but I went out and I bought this anyway.
Yes!
Look how friggin' big this thing is.
It's like a telephone directory.
Yeah, there is so much shit in there, and I'm sorry. I'll keep it PG. I didn't even
swear away. Go nuts.
I didn't even need the guide, but I bought it anyway because it's Mass Effect and we all love it. So I thought, hey, why not?
That is awesome.
Yeah,
we're gonna be talking guides in a little bit as well because that's more the direction that I veered off into today.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mass Effect games, I don't know what it was about them. They just captured people's imaginations and they are so much fun to play.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it absolutely captured your imagination, and it left so much to the imagination as well. It was such a beautiful literal universe to be a part of. I absolutely adored every hour I put into it.
Agreed. And Renzira says, I love collecting game guides. The Final Fantasy ones are collector's items.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I bet they had some novels out there as well. Whew.
Brandon and Soul Assassin would like to know Paragon or Renegade.
I'm not guilty. I am I'm a good person, but I'll just say this. I'm not adverse to giving someone a shocking experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been known to punch a reporter in the face. I'll just leave it at that. Those of you that know,
Say no more.
you
Say no
know.
more.
You know. You gotta have a few Han Solo moments in there, right? I mean, come on.
You can't be too squeaky clean, can
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I want to say at least 90% Paragon.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly good, but with a little bit of bit,
Yeah.
little bit of bad.
You still got to keep an edge. But oh man.
Brandon says he's a paragon of renegade.
We are assuming control, man. So what else do you got? That was a nice little door opening moment there.
That was, wasn't it? So I've got a couple more of the 360 games, and I've got a PS4 game that I've grabbed off the shelf as well. So I've got probably about 5 different versions of these Batman games, but this is the one that I picked up. It's the game of the
year edition. This one here?
That one there, that's the fella. Yeah, I've got that one on the floor next to me as well. And I've got the game guide as well.
Oh, beautiful. I'll bet that came in handy with some of those Riddler trophies and things like that.
It did. Yeah, I got obsessive trying to find those.
Oh, my goodness.
Once I found out that there were so many of them, I was like, no, I've got to get all of these. Riddler is my favourite character. I've got to get these trophies. And I did. It took a while, but I got them.
Yeah. Especially in the second one. Oh, my God. There was, 400 of those things kicking around? I think I gave up after maybe 5 or 6. I said, screw this, I'm done. Too much GTA going on in here.
Yeah, he's got way too much time on his hands to be hiding these trophies all over the place.
Yeah, it's like, did no one see this guy in green prancing all around rooftops, laying this crap all over the place? But
pretty much.
But yeah, Arkham series was fantastic. The Batman game that us fans deserved.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I absolutely love those games. I even liked Origins. I know it wasn't the best, but I think it was pretty good. It was okay.
Yeah. I'm all right with origin stories in games because at least they're not going out of the way to make things canon if it doesn't tickle people the right way and things like that. It's just like an alternate take on, I guess fan fiction. as long as they're true to the source material.
Agreed. And Renzero says BioWare announced they're doing a remaster of the cutscene in Star Wars The Old Republic MMO. Shame they can't remaster the game. Yeah.
I used to love that game, and then I just stopped playing because there was so much going on. Like in my personal life and in the game world itself, it was a lot. I just did not have time to put in the hours required for an MMO. Yeah.
And Project Storytime says, guy in green walking around doing strange things is my normal Friday evening.
You know what? I want to hang out with you sometime because that sounds like something that's going to end up on the internet. And I will not be a part of it on camera, but I will be behind the scenes.
Either cheering you on or laughing. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Go crazy, guys. Come on. This isn't going to end up on the internet. No.
One is there filming.
Yeah. Well, someone's got to provide commentary, right? Yeah.
And the other one that I picked up is, of course, you know how much we love Grand Theft Auto, so I grabbed 5. Probably the best example.
Absolutely.
All-round game. Love the 3 main protagonists.
Yeah. Are you excited for the trilogy remaster that's coming out?
Yes and no. Usually... because I really like Rockstar, they've usually got a really good kind of track record, but they have said that they're going to go woke with it. So I'm thinking, can we just not, please?
No thanks, guys. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't screw anything up for the love of all that is unholy in your video game world. Don't do it.
You're doing fine, guys. It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to add this stuff.
Yeah, don't alienate the fan base. Don't do it. It's not good for business. And I'm not even a businessman. You don't have to be an Einstein to figure that out.
Absolutely.
That's a whole other can of worms. We're here to have some fun this morning. Set these people off right.
I'm just going to turn my cam off for a second because it seems to have gone a bit fuzzy. So we'll leave that while I get a better connection. But I'll bring it back in a minute. But while I'm waiting for that to reconnect properly, what have you got for us?
Well, there was one thing I came across, which is right over here. This is not a player's guide. This is a notebook. This is a standard Hilroy notebook back in the day when I would actually take notes from games.
Okay.
And just do. This is actually a list of a roster from a football game that I was making from scratch. Yes, so many notes. These are all video game notes. Like, that's all these things are. And this is a relic from my time back when we had to do these kind of things and take notes. And I think I got some maps in here somewhere. I'm not sure. Oh, this was from when we could in one of the Yeah, this is from one of the Madden renditions when you could design your own plays. I was trying to put those into the game. But oh yeah, that was a serious level of commitment. I don't know if it's there anymore, but yeah. We had maps in here and all kinds of things going on. So not necessarily a player's guide, but a look into what makes the mind tick.
Into the mind of a fan. Did you used to take note of cheat codes as well and keep them written down?
I do have some. I don't have them on hand, but oh, pardon me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still getting over what the hell is in me. Maybe an alien's coming out. I did take note. Oh my god. Of certain codes. Depending on where they came from, like you clip things out of magazines or whatever, or you talk to a buddy on the school bus, you write them down, you stick them in a book somewhere. So I was privy to plenty of that, but I was never the type of player to go out and buy collections of cheat codes like a videotape or a book, things of that nature. Was never really into that, although I did have some. So yeah, I was a little bit guilty of collecting cheat codes, but I didn't make a point to it. But I understand they were a big part of the market.
To find them.
Nah. If I just happened to stumble upon them, sure, but I wasn't gonna say, "Oh, I can't beat this without a cheat code." You at least got to try. You got to try.
That's the fun. And I think we were talking about this last time as well. We were saying how, especially game journalists, they want to play it on easy mode now. They wouldn't be able to play the games that we used to play because there was no easy mode. It was just you play the game.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, and I won't go on about it again, but even going through Metroid Dread, I was telling my friend, "Hello, nice to see you again."
And I'm back.
I was even telling my friends, like, "Man, this game doesn't screw around. Like, it's gonna kick your ass." He said, "Oh, is there a difficulty setting?" I said, "Nope." It's just old school, straight up. Get used to it. I would like to deep dive into the Metroid series again at some point with you, because I know you're a fan as well.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, there's actually a few franchises I would like to deep dive in. So if it feels like I missed a game or two here and there, it's probably on the back burner cooking right now.
That would be awesome. I did do one a while back into the Legacy of Kain games, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'd love to do something else like that. Yeah.
And Purple, I asked her, like, what would you like to cover this time around? She's like, "Oh, I'll just focus on this and this." And I even told her this. I said, "Okay, well, I'll focus on some N64 titles this time. I'll grab a handful." So we're not trying to speed through everything like we did last time. Yeah, this son of a bitch here goes and picks up what is now 22 games sitting next to me right over there, thinking, "Oh my god." But that just goes to show the effect that these had on me personally. Like, these were some of my best friends, and I know how pathetic that sounds, but
no, it isn't.
Yeah, but I mean, you have a bad day, you don't want to talk to anyone. Maybe Mario is there at home waiting for you. Maybe a sports game is there waiting for you. They're there
just
to
need that little shut off, just to kind of get away from the world. Yeah,
exactly. And the one thing I will use as a segue, while we're on the topic of guides, is this is not going to get deep dove yet, but I did go up and pick this up some time ago. This is from the first one on GameCube.
No, I've never played any of the Animal Crossing games. Yeah. I know how popular they are, but it's just something I've never tried.
Man, you should get the new one. The new update just blew everybody out of the water. But I got this because I bought Animal Crossing, oh my god, 20 years ago now on the GameCube. Didn't even really know what it was about. And I could not tell you how many hours I put into that game, it probably rivals the Mario series.
Oh my God.
But speaking of ways where you escape, it's my ultimate escape. I still fire up Animal Crossing New Horizons every single morning when I get home from work because it's my ultimate happy place.
And
it's considering
a way to kind of decompress. Exactly.
Yeah. And considering the time when the newest one came out, when the world went to absolute crap, that brought everybody together. That timing, as flawed as it was, a horrible time for the world, the timing for that release could not have been any better.
I know how popular it is, and it's one of those games that I know I need to kind of get into and play, but I just haven't had the time. But I agree with Project Storytime. Skyrim was my kind of go-to for that. Even if you only play for like 20 minutes, just to run around.
On that note, I'll be back.
And Soul Assassin, I agree, says, why live in the real world when you're going to live in Skyrim?
I didn't think this was going to come up. Should have known better. See, this is the problem with being me, because you have too much crap going on in your life. Absolutely love Skyrim. Love Skyrim to death. I got this at a bookshop. They're not really that uncommon.
Oh, wow.
But this is a big boy. These are actually full. How the hell do you even open this thing? Yeah, this is crazy. This is I don't know if any of you have actually seen these out there, but
I've seen them, but not in person.
Yeah.
So
these are actually cool. They're leather bound hardcover collections.
Wow.
Of most of the books and novels you find in the game. So if you ever
these I've only ever seen singly. I didn't even realize they came as a set.
Yeah, they do sell them individually, but I found this box set at a bookshop, and so if you're ever interested in physical copies of Skyrim stories, they're a good way to go. And yes, the lusty Argonian maid is in these.
Hands up, everyone who read the books in Skyrim.
That would be a great show for us to do as well. Skyrim storytelling, like an accounting of the Elder Scrolls. After the supposed theft of an Elder Scroll from our Imperial you get the idea. But Skyrim, big in my life. I'm probably pushing close to 2,000 hours just on PC alone.
Yes, I think Brandon said he's he did. Yep, it's a Soul Assassin 1400 plus mod on Skyrim. Yeah. But you don't realize how many hours you sink into this game, and that's because you are having so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, I am guilty of using mods. So mods obviously are a big reason why I keep coming back, and why
that made a huge difference.
Yeah, and why can't I get this back in the case now? Oh, it's airtight. That's why.
There we go.
But regardless of how many mods I have, they don't take away from the core experience because it's still very much Skyrim.
I tend to just go for the aesthetic mods anyway, ones that just make it look a little bit prettier or change the characters just a little bit so you've got a little bit more customization.
I mean, I get they're all Nordic and, elves, but they don't really all need to have those horrible looking blocky faces. And
exactly, just like make them a little bit prettier, please.
Yeah, make this Khajiit look a little more full in his pubes now, yes? Yes. So, anyway... See, we're already getting way off topic here. What else do you have lined up for us this morning?
Right, so I am going to delve into the first of the books I am going to grab. So this one is actually really dusty because it's been on the shelf. I didn't realise. Should have wiped it, but we have got the Arkham game, and this one is Arkham Origins.
That is beautiful. I love that. I've always loved the artwork. See, that is a badass looking Batman.
It is. I love this one. It's got all the villains in the shape of the bat symbol on the back. It's a big wraparound cover. Now, this wasn't the most popular of the games, but I still love this book. I like what they did with it. But we also have...
Oh, see? See,
There we go.
that is just so cool. And that was from Arkham City, yes?
That's that's the other one.
Actually,
That's Arkham.
yeah,
Is that
actually,
Arkham City or
right
Arkham Asylum?
over here.
Yep, Arkham City.
Yeah, I have this figure that came with the
Nice.
collector's edition because I was going to say that face looks a little familiar there.
Yes.
That's him. That's my Batman.
And that's another thing I was going to ask you. Do you tend to go for the collector's editions? Do you like the statues? Do you like the bits and pieces, or are you more of a game kind of guy?
I'm really more of a base game type of person. If it's a franchise I really like obviously I love Batman, I love Mass Effect and things like that. But I'm not going to go out of my way to search for every single collector's edition I could find. If it's, something I'll just pick up and play and then, come back to it somewhere down the line. So I tend to not go out of my way to get things like that because also I kind of hate dusting. I still do it, but if you hate dusting, guys, don't collect things because it can be
glass
a pain.
Cabinets.
Yes. Yeah, so much easier.
So I've got the next one I've got is the Gears of War. So I've got the the Marcus statue that they had when he's kneeling down. It's still in the box because one, it's a huge statue and I've got nowhere to put it into. Like you say, they just collect dust. I still like it. I think it's it's a great statue.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, generally I don't go for the extra bits. If I want a game, I will just get the game.
Yeah.
You can usually find the extras on eBay if you want them.
Yeah.
The only one I really wanted was the Skyrim one, Alduin, where he sitting on the
Alduin on the wing. See, there we go again. Skyrim storytelling. Look forward to it. I think we can do it.
It's
10 years and 80 ago, there was a dragon on top of a mountain. Yeah. Oh, we could have some fun with that. Also, good morning to all of you just popping in the chat. I do see you. It's a little bit tricky to keep up while we're playing show and tell here, but I see you also.
Good morning, guys.
Yes, thank you for tuning in to watch us geek out.
And we are indeed. Project Storytime has a question. He says, thoughts on Dragon Age Origins? I hear it's a great game.
First playthrough, my friend, without DLC, the main campaign only. I put in probably 80 hours to it. And then I went and I played all the DLC. That was probably another 40 to 50 hours. When it was over, I started over and played through the whole thing again. The story is phenomenal. The characters are phenomenal. This is an absolute classic. And if you have not checked it out, do yourself a favor and check it out. It's a little more tactical RPG kind of. Some of the controls, especially on PC, they may feel a little clunky. That's why I got my primary version on 360. But every version is essentially the same. So whichever you prefer, go for it because it was phenomenal. I absolutely loved it.
I love the game as well. I played through it multiple times because I wanted to see, what different relationships I could get going.
Yeah.
Because that was the fun side as well. But it
had
such a great cast as well.
Yeah, the characters were just phenomenal. The banter alone, there's hours of just banter between themselves and you just want to stop what you're doing so you can listen to them, right? Because it was so fun to listen to Morgan piss off Alistair and Alistair piss off Liliana and God, Morgan was so hard to romance, but damn, was it worth it in the end?
Yes, she was.
Spoilers aside.
She played hard to get.
Voiced by the great Claudia Black, too, so you can't go wrong there.
Oh, yes. I love that character. Soul Assassin says, question, did you get all the achievements in games?
Okay, I think, are you talking about Origins or just in general? Because I want to say I got maybe 1,400 gamer score off of Origins. It wasn't 100% though. There's a lot of there were a lot of secret achievements in that game, and the one that I never got, I think, if I recall correctly, a secret achievement was called "I'm kind of a big deal around here," and that requires you to play through the entire game without dying once.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I never got that one. Never 100%ed it. I will say though, this one I did. I did.
Assassin's Creed, yes.
I did 100% achievement that one, and Also, the second one, I have the Ezio Trilogy because I'm just a sucker. I also 100%ed the second one. Second one was probably my favorite. I think Italy was a gorgeous place to have it take place in. But aside from that, no Soul Assassin. I was not an achievement hunter. I would never do it again because in this one, running around collecting all those flags while not keeping track of the ones you have collected was an absolute bitch, and I will never do it again. But still so much fun. But I'm not a 100% completionist by any means whatsoever. Oh, Ren Zero down there. Favorite voiceover artist for me has to be
Laura Bailey. Nice.
Laura Bailey, who
Yes.
made me fall in love with this character right here.
Oh my god, you got Blood Rain.
Yeah, and the second one.
Oh,
And
cool.
the second one. I mean, come on. How do you say no to that? Talk about a fiery redhead. And Laura Bailey brought her to life. My God, what a character. Oh. And this is why we need infinite shows, because I haven't even talked about one thing I planned on talking about today, aside from a couple guides there. This is what you guys do. Isn't it great when we do it live? It's awesome.
I love it. But that's because we've got a fantastic chat. But as you say, they're talking in the chat at the moment.
Yeah.
Having a great cast and voice actors makes such a huge difference to a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's why I also enjoyed Mass Effect so much, because being like, not myself obviously, but being a voice actor, you know, even if you have like reference material on a computer screen or dailies or blue screen or whatever, even if you have references to go off, there's a lot of emotiveness and character you have to put in your voice when you're voice acting, because people can't see your face. You know, it's like when Mark Hamill used to voice Joker, he would stand up and wave his arms and do all that kind of shit. And they animated the Joker to mimic that because he was so full of life. So when you're a voice actor, yeah, there's a lot of things you have to take into account, because you can't just sit there and read lines. That's boring. You gotta feel it, you know?
Do you think it makes a big difference now that a lot of voice actors are actually the models for the characters as well? The next one that I was going to talk about is a kind of really good prime example of that.
I think it helps, provided they have some background in what they're doing. Like I'm not a professional at all. You know, I just play the games. But I think it helps if you have experience in both fields. You know, because there are great voice actors out there who can't act to save their lives, and vice versa. So, I mean, if it's also a nice cost efficient way when you find someone who can act and portray a character through voice only, I think that also helps. Motion capture is obviously becoming bigger and bigger with faces coming in, you know, in real time or whatever the heck they're doing these days. It's a crazy world now. Yeah, it definitely helps. I don't know if it's something that needs to overtake what voice actors do in general, but it's definitely a way to go if that's the way the studio wants to pursue it.
I'd agree with that. And Project Storytime, yes, you've nailed it. Roger Clark is one of the ones that I was going to talk about, and it is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh,
I love this game. I love this guidebook. Eventually, I would love to get it signed by the cast. That's one of the things I want to do. No, this is for number 2. I don't have the first Red Dead Redemption, unfortunately. I'm searching for it at the moment, the book. But again, Rockstar, love these games.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Soul Assassin out there giving a shout out to Garrus. You know what? Garrus was everybody's boy. Me and Garrus all the way. Bros for life. Bros for life. Yeah. Any Star Wars fan would say, yep, Garrus was my Chewbacca. Matt Mercer and the Critical Role team. Those guys are great. Yeah. They're phenomenal. They get millions of views, and all they do is sit there and talk. But you can see when they're speaking, the character in their face and how that comes out through what they're saying. It's phenomenal. That's why they're some of the best at it.
And Soul Assassin says spent so many hours bounty hunting in Red Dead. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I spent a lot of time just hunting. I would travel on horseback down south, kill a whole bunch of shit, and then bring all my pelts and stuff up to the northern regions and sell it for max profit
for a higher price. Yes.
As what a Ferengi would say. But yeah.
A lot of people didn't realize that was a thing you could do. They thought that, it was just the same wherever you sold them, but no. Depending on what region you were in, it was
yeah, absolutely. And don't ask me how many hours I wasted away playing poker in that game too.
I was terrible at the poker in that game.
I had to cheat sometimes.
And Zachariah, it's orange juice I'm drinking, and it has Valkyries on.
That's badass. Badass. Absolute
it's one of the
badass.
Nemesis, I think the range is called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man, we're already halfway through. Like, oh my god, I haven't talked about anything yet.
I was gonna say we should probably start and talk about some of the stuff that you've got.
All right. Well, to start off real quick, obviously, because I know I'm not going to get through all of them, but obviously everybody is going to know the granddaddy of what got everything started.
Yes,
is GoldenEye 007. Yes, you can teabag in this game, although it's really tricky because you have to push several buttons to do it. But man, what a trip this was to go into a 3D environment with all of that crazy stuff going on. Mainstreamed multiplayer from the get-go. From concept to completion, it was just an absolute wild ride. And
it was such a good game, and it's one of those games that people, you say GoldenEye and people just light up because they remember how fun it was. It's like Zero.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, GoldenEye. Yeah, I mean, just how great was that? I mean, playing slappers only in basement levels and shit like that. But also, I did bring this up when Loki and I were talking games. The one that pretty much made every controller have a standard feature now is Star Fox.
Yes.
And yes, this is the full box set with the Rumble Pack still in there. And now Rumble Packs are standard everywhere. This is the one. If you have not checked out Star Fox, it is a great game. It is so much fun. If you know what you're doing, you can run through the whole thing in probably an hour and a half. But it is such a phenomenal game. And the Rumble Pack just makes it all worth it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that Rumble Pack, you actually felt it, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this Rumble Pack rumbles. I'll see if I can pull it out for y'all if you forgot what they look like. Yeah, here it is.
Jamalis, good to see you, honey.
Hello. Yes, these are the Rumble Packs powered by batteries. Yeah, and I did mention this in the previous chat Loki and I had. They were trying to devise a way where you hold your controller, obviously, and in order for Bond to change a clip, you would have to pop this thing out of the controller and then slap it back in. But they thankfully did not go with that idea because that was a horrible idea.
Imagine how many of those you would have broken just trying to do that.
Yeah, and my shit is falling all over the place here. That's great, but yeah. See, this is the dark side of collecting, folks. You just got to keep track of everything.
Did you like the gimmicks that they did? Because obviously we talked in the past about the Power Glove. We talked about the Rumble Pack. Did you? They went ridiculous with some of the chairs that they made that you could sit in.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. Those of you that know, you know. No, I never owned a Power Glove, and thank God, because that was such a piece of shit. Why is this box not closing now? No, I never owned a Power Glove. I was never really big into gimmicks at all, and the game just fell out. Oh my God, guys, what is happening here? I was never really big on gimmicks. I just wanted to play the game, you know.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I like the idea and I like the kind of creativity that they came, but they were expensive back in the day. You know, you really had to commit if you wanted those sort of things.
Yeah. Why is this not friggin' going back together? Oh my God.
Loki's calling you out on that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. My Power Glove means something different. I'm sorry. Yeah, so what else we got here? First person shooters. Okay, let's continue with some first person shooters here. Because everybody who loves Jurassic Park probably played this.
Ah, yes.
Turok
Turok.
Dinosaur Hunter
Yes.
and the sequel, Seeds of Evil. Actually, funny story. One of my cousins years ago when this came out rented it from a video store one weekend, and it gave him nightmares, and he never played it again. He was kind of a young child back then. And real quick, just to, as we mentioned GoldenEye, we have to mention Rare's second attempt with Perfect Dark.
Yes.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that one I've never played, but I always heard great things about it.
Yeah, it is great. But it was one of the, it's not as linear as Bond, because there were several levels I actually got lost on, but still so much fun. And you can play multiplayer by yourselves, because they just throw bots in there, and you can choose what kind of bots you like. And oh man, I got some stories about Perfect Dark, but we don't have the time to cover it all.
That's possibly one of those that we're going to have to do a deeper dive into.
Yeah, because this is just the tip, guys, and it's a real big tip. Huge. Yeah. All right, Purple, it is your turn. You carry us on here.
Cool. I will grab another guide, as I said. Now, this one, it took me ages to find in a decent condition. For some reason, they are always ripped and torn, and even this one has like a little kind of crease in the bottom corner, but it's not too bad. But it is my favourite franchise of all time. It is
That's
the Legacy
gorgeous.
of Kain.
Oh my. That is
do
absolutely
have
beautiful.
The other ones, the only ones I'm missing is Defiance. But I grabbed this one because I just love the front cover.
Yeah.
And the artwork
Beautiful
inside
artwork.
is fantastic. And it's a really easy guide to follow as well, which is surprising.
Yeah.
It just takes you through step by step.
Oh, yeah. Well, you needed it back then, too. Yeah. Absolutely. That's phenomenal.
Love that game. Was very happy to find it.
So sexy. Yeah, damn right. Damn right. I am Garrus Vicarian, and this is my rectum. Any Manslayer fans out there, you'll know. You'll
get that. Yeah.
You'll get it. Oh, man. Oh, the alien's coming out.
Cough it up.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, Sarah's off camera again, so we'll roll it on.
Yeah, Purple's having real issues.
Purple's having some issues here. Yep. I actually wasn't going to include these. Well, not all of them, but I will say WWF Attitude.
Oh, my brother loves those games.
It is absolutely clunky. Dated as all hell, but I had so much fun with it. And when Acclaim finally lost that license, they gave it to THQ, who also was no longer around, and they improved upon it with WrestleMania 2000, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. But the cake taker in this trilogy, Warzone doesn't count because it's kind of shit, was No Mercy. No Mercy was absolutely phenomenal. Top of the line. And my buddies and I had so much fun with this. So much to a point where one of my friends way back in high school, we used to play this together so much, and we wrestled against each other so often. We got so good at knowing how to counter everything that the other was doing. We actually had a friend of ours draw up a contract in the cafeteria at lunch one time, agreeing that neither I nor he would ever fight each other ever again, because we were so damn good at it. You called
a truce.
Yeah, our matches just went nowhere. It was just counter, punch, reversal, 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 reversal. Yeah, but No Mercy, top of the line, guys. If you haven't played it, check it out, man, because it's a trip and a beautiful relic of a classic time in the wrestling industry that will never be replicated again.
And just quickly, let me say a massive thank you to Mexican Iron Man. Thank you,
Oh,
Minnie.
Mim! So good to see you again.
It says, love this gaming show with you too. Totally awesome. Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoy it, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
are
much.
Awesome. Oh, man. Mim, you and I got to do something together again. Just don't let it end up on the internet like last time, okay? All right. I'm never getting over that. How'd it go, Zero? Oh, went great. I got laid last night. Still feel the burn inside my ass, too. Oh, man. Well, Purple's still off camera. I'm sorry, so we'll keep going. What else we covered? Oh, okay. Let's go with some Star Wars stuff. Everybody loves Shadows of the Empire. This was actually a great original story.
Nice.
That they did awesome. That they did for 64. Perfect. Yeah, brand new characters, brand new story in between the film trilogy and whatnot. A lot of fun. Especially the ATST moments and things like that. Oh man, so good. And if you want the cake taker on that one, you got to go with Rogue Squadron. This was so much fun. This is hard as nails, but it is so much fun to fly around in all those iconic ships and fighter ships. And oh, guys, I could gush forever. But yeah, definitely, if you're a Star Wars fan and you happen to have a 64, you don't have any Star Wars games, these are probably the best two to start with.
Mm-hmm. Would you say the 64 is kind of like a iconic console? It's kind of like one of those ones that you have to have in your collection if you're a gamer.
If you're a Nintendo fan, sure. Mm-hmm. I think it's gained a lot more following in the years since, because let's face it, the 64 was not a big seller because PlayStation came out and just kicked all the ass. And yeah, I mean, technically speaking, 64 didn't really sell that well compared to Nintendo's previous and eventually later systems. Hell, I think the Switch is up to like 93 million now. No joke. I think that's where it's at right now. No, 64 didn't really sell that well. But I got one because I didn't know anything about PlayStation. I had been playing Nintendo at that point my whole life. So I got a 64 and I never looked back. I loved every moment that I had with it. I still do. I definitely it's definitely gained more traction now than it ever would have back then, especially with Sony taking the reins and just destroying everything.
Yes, there seems to be a real kind of need for retro at the moment, so people are kind of going back to the the GameCubes, the N64s, even back to things like the Sega Genesis and the Master System.
Also, I'm sorry, Leia Rose. Good morning. I did see your comment earlier.
Good morning, Leia.
Yeah, there was. I played Lego Star Wars on Wii. I had that one. It was the retelling of, I think, the first 6 films. So it was the Lucas's first trilogy and then the original trilogy that we know. A lot of fun. Great fun. I kind of wanted to also check out the Lego Jurassic Park series, but I got to really pick and choose, because when I buy games,
I love the Batman ones, and I've played the Lord of the Rings ones as well. They're like they're just fun. They're just cute, fun games.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I have played some Lego Star Wars games, and they were great. Brandon, the anime guy. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, awesome. Brandon. Good morning. And he says, love video games, history, current, PCMR, Nintendo, Sony, C64, Amiga, Sega, Microsoft, Arcade, etc. Love it all.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it was a classic time, because I don't think it'll ever be that magical again, because times are obviously different now. No.
Mark says, I want a 64, miss that system.
You can probably find them relatively cheap. I actually bought one for a friend, cost me about $80, and that came with a controller, and I don't think it came with any games. But the one problem you're probably going to have buying used is finding one with the expansion port that came with it. Those are kind of hard to find now. See, I was smart. I just never got rid of anything. So I still have mine. But when I bought the 64 for a buddy of mine, I took it home, took it apart, cleaned it all out. Not that it needed it, but I do that anyway. Don't recommend it if you don't know what you're doing, because there's about 48 billion screws in that thing.
And what do we always say? Don't blow on the cartridges.
Do not blow into anything, because you're essentially blowing spit onto metal parts. That's a bad thing. So if you're lucky enough to find an expansion port, make sure you get one because a lot of later games for the 64 did kind of require that, and it just made everything run so much better. I'm not saying they're not out there. They're just a lot more uncommon now than what they used to be.
They're just harder to find, yeah.
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
Soul Assassin says that mum and pop stores or pawn shops are good places to find games, especially around military bases. I would agree with that. I've
yeah,
got some
absolutely.
great, rare games from thrift stores.
Yeah. Well, Purple's still off cam. So good thing I have some stuff on the back burner here. Also, let's do some sports. We'll get some sports in here. NFL Quarterback Club with my boy Brett Favre on the cover. I loved this game. It is absolutely clunky as all hell and dated now, but it was still so much fun. Also, Mario Tennis. Oh, welcome back again. Mario Tennis. Oh, change cut. 50 love. Yeah, this was so much fun. Like Mario Kart, harder difficulty opponents will start to beat the absolute crap out of you, and you have to like it. But Mario Tennis was so much fun. Get it now on Nintendo Switch Online with poor emulation. San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. I loved this game as well. Brought to you by Midway, if you remember them. What were they famous for? Yeah. Didn't they do some Mortal Kombat stuff? Yeah.
This seems familiar.
Yeah, a little familiar. Also, also a little bit better. Yes, so I don't have cases for everything. A lot of them are still stored away because I got so damn many of them. San Francisco Rush 2049 is
look at that.
Yeah, basically the same thing, but futuristic. There's stunt tracks in here where you can make your car fly. So good, so much fun with this as well. These are
I miss great
these are
box art.
Yeah, party games. Yeah, absolute. Well, I'll throw this one out there real quick. Because you mentioned box art, and this is absolutely plain and simple box art, but it is absolutely iconic.
It is. Oh,
this is Ocarina of Time. I do got Majora's Mask around here somewhere, but talk about something so simple, yet people can just see something like this, and they'll know exactly what it is. Ocarina of Time! Oh my god! Yeah, so phenomenal. I do kind of prefer this over Majora's Mask.
I do as well. I've got to admit.
Yeah. But if you're looking for a Zelda game for your 64, that'll be the one to get. Just be prepared to pay a penny or two.
Yes, it's pricey now. It's worth getting, but it's not cheap.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, one more, because everybody loves this big giant ape. Can never go wrong with some Donkey Kong. Look at that. I mean, it's yellow.
It's yellow,
ladies and gentlemen. Come on, that was great. All right, so Purple's back live.
I am back live, yes.
So why don't you swing something our way, and I will gather up my next batch.
Cool. One of the newer games, this is the PlayStation 4, but it is Tom Clancy. And the reason I grabbed this is because it's in...
I mean, look at that. That's gorgeous. Talk about, again, simple artwork, but damn, that is effective.
And this I picked up for probably... couple of quid. I got it from from a thrift store. I just found it in one of the bins and thought, no, you gotta have it. But I like the Tom Clancy games. Not all of them are great, but this one I did enjoy.
Just gorgeous. Also, real quick, Ren Zero, Pro Evo Football, best football game series ever. Is that European football or American football? Because if it's American football, I think Tecmo Super Bowl would have something to say about that. But if it's European football, I'll just take your word for it. But oh man, what a great box that is. And it's tin. Who doesn't love stuff like that?
It is, yeah, and it's in perfect condition. I know usually the metal cases, they get dented or they get scratched, which is why I'm not a massive fan of them. But no, this one came with the cover, and I was like, no, that's awesome.
I'm glad he clarified that. Ren Zero says European is the only football. Yeah, all right. I'm with you. I do enjoy a game of soccer, but I will never buy a FIFA game again. Yeah,
not a big fan of the FIFA games, gotta admit. The manager games are more popular from what I can tell, those sort of games.
Yeah. Did you have anything else? Come on.
I don't. I think that's pretty much all of it that I grabbed today. Most of it, like I said, was game guides. But Soul Assassin says, "Wish purple lived in my city growing up. Most girls weren't gamers back then."
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, they were few and far between where I came from. Hard to believe in Canada, but I mean, yeah, it was a little weird because all of us guys played games. The girls just did whatever the hell they wanted. We were guys. We weren't paying attention. We have no
But
idea.
again, that goes back to what you were saying at the beginning, just kind of putting on a game, just turning off the world for, an hour or so and just decompressing, and then you can get back to the crazy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And speaking of crazy, actually, I'll throw crazy fast. Speaking of our racing, F-Zero X guys, you want some
nice
top speed? I mean, look at that artwork. That just screams speed. Sonic is looking at this and going,
damn.
Oh my God, I can't do it anymore. This was so much fun. It is so fast. The tracks are unbelievable. It really takes some getting used to, but if you ever played the Super Nintendo one, it's kind of the same idea. It is the same idea. It's just so much faster this time. And there's multiplayer, I think. Yeah, 1 to 4 players right there. This was so much fun. I had so much fun with this. And one more racing game while we're on the topic is one that I also loved, which is Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, yes.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy
I know.
Kong.
He's thinking, what? No Mario Kart? Guys, it's coming. It's coming. That's a whole other thing. We're not getting into that right now. Diddy Kong, I absolutely love Diddy Kong because it was just such a radically different approach as opposed to Mario Kart, which is still phenomenal. But this was, I mean, I loved the open worldness of it. I loved the multiple vehicles. You can fly planes in this, guys. Come on. So much fun. So much fun. Also, and again, rare. They were just cranking out the hits back then. Yeah.
What would you say is the hardest game to find? I mean, a lot of people have their kind of personal grails. Is the one that you're still looking for, or is the one that you have that you would never ever let go?
Oh, geez. The hardest game to find. That is... Are we talking like just 64 wise?
Just 64. We'll keep it in the 64.
You know what? It's probably actually what I'm looking at your background right now. And in the top left up there, guys, if you can see it, it says Super Smash Brothers. Yes. That is not impossible to find, but it costs a lot now. So I think value-wise, that would be one of the harder ones to get your hands on unless you're paid to pay. I think also looking at your artwork here, finding a complete version of Pokemon Snap might be a little difficult. I know a lot of the older Mario Party games are going for a lot. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. And just a couple more here, guys. Speaking of Rare, when they were cranking out the hits, this was Rare's swan song on Nintendo 64. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yeah. This was such a kick in the balls because I was not expecting this. I was not expecting
everybody thought that it was going to be a cutesy kind of Gex type game.
Yeah. But when you look at that, when it says, oh shit, where am I? When it says strong language, they're not kidding. Mature sexual themes, they're not kidding. Violence, oh my God, the violence. It's a thing. And the cheat codes, guys, no word a lie. The cheat codes were all dirty words. All dirty words.
They knew what they were doing when they did those cheat codes.
Yeah. You want an example? Eat box is a cheat code. Eat box. Beef curtains.
Jamala says, did the host have a Switch?
Yes.
I don't anymore. I had to sell it, unfortunately. It's something that I would like to get back eventually.
Yeah.
But you do, don't you?
Yes. Yeah, I had the second version of the OG Switch, and I got the OLED when I bought Metroid Dread.
Nice.
Yeah, so I do have a Switch. I love it. I play my Animal Crossing on it every day, and it's been a highlight for the past few years for me now because they've got some great ones. And to round this thing out, the last one
Mhm.
on my list, guys, Soul Assassin with the incredible timing
Nice.
with Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I
And then
love the sequels, but guys, this was magic. This was
and
such a wonderful story. The characters, the soundtrack, every song was a hit. The characters are awesome. It is, if you have not played this, what are you doing with your life? Get out there and play this.
and there's a whole plethora of these kind of, platformer games with
Yeah.
similar, characters at the time, but I would say that they did that the best.
Yeah.
Now I love Spyro as well,
Oh,
um,
Spyro.
but,
Yeah.
yeah, there's something very special about Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, it was. What? Hey! Oh, guys, it was so much fun to play that game. If you have an Xbox, you can get it on the Live Arcade, I do believe. You can
Mhm.
get it on the Rare Replay collection. Any version you get is going to be a great version to play. It is just so much fun. It's such a wonderful story. It's unforgettable. If you're not into collectathons, probably not for you. But anybody who's played it will tell you how great it is.
Soul Assassin says Zeropium quit Banjo-Kazooie on purpose to see Grunt Tadella change her looks.
Not gonna lie, that did happen a few times. When I thought, oh, I just game overed. Damn. Oh wait, I have this to look forward to. But if it comes down to between Gruntilda, transformed Gruntilda, and Battletoads Dark Queen, I'm still going with Dark Queen.
I forgot all about Battletoads. Oh my
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. We'll get into that someday, I'm sure. But
god.
yeah, that was what I rounded out for you guys. And just to
That that is
what we'll
a
have coming up.
phenomenal collection, and like you say, this was just ones that he just kind of grabs off the shelf, wasn't it?
Yeah. This wasn't even the whole thing because we just got so much. But you want to talk players' guides? We can get into it. Also, a deep dive I would like to do with Purple here someday.
Mm-hmm. Metroid, yes.
We'll get into it. Also, I don't know if I should show this. Okay. I'll show this.
You're gonna tease them.
I'll show this.
Eternal Darkness. Nice.
Yeah. I bought the guide before I had the game because this was just so friggin' cool looking. Didn't know a thing about it. And also, in case you guys were wondering, I do make a joke about this a lot, but I definitely also, real quick, Super Mario Sunshine. A lot of fun. And in case you guys were wondering, don't worry. I got the power. I got the power. No power glove, but I got the power. Yeah. So that's just a tease, guys, because we got plenty more where this came from.
That is awesome. And just going back to, we were talking about really kind of grail games, the ones that I'm looking for at the moment. I have one of them, but there is another Discworld game that was released for the PlayStation. I've got the second one, but I don't have the first one. So
yeah.
But again, it's pricey, but I'll get it eventually.
Yeah, it's worth it when you can finally hold it. But, oh man,
I want to find it in the wild though, but I don't want to get it from eBay because it feels like it's cheating, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But sometimes, especially in today's world, sometimes you got to take things where you can find them if it's worth it, you know. Because I mean, I wouldn't go on eBay and just pay anything for whatever.
No. If it was a good price, if it was a steal, I would get it absolutely.
Yes.
And good morning, Sherry.
And hello, Sherry. Thank you for joining us, watching us geek out here. Yeah. So tell us, Purple, while we wrap this up, what have you got coming up on the horizon?
I have got coming up later on this afternoon. We've got Pink and Purple with the lovely
Pink
Arwen.
And Purple, shout out.
It's on her channel. We're kicking off a very special few days, so that should be a lot of fun. We'll be back as usual on Friday. We'll be on with Loki for Mornings of Mischief, and then we'll be back here at 10 a.m. And I've got a panel show talking about horror.
Beautiful. Just in time for Halloween season. Oh,
yes.
My dear, I'm a plain and simple individual. I'm just glad to be here talking about all our geeky goodness. For those of you that don't know, you should know. You can catch me with my brother Loki on Mornings of Mischief every Monday morning. Open up all kinds of audio whoop ass. Just kicking back, having a good time. Other than that, I ain't got nothing going on.
And it
But
really did. You guys kind of burned it down on Monday, didn't you?
Well, we like to light it up and burn it down a little bit, as long as I don't overstay my welcome with you guys. I just like hanging out with everybody here. This crowd is always so fantastic. You guys,
we do
I
have
know
an
it's
amazing chat.
yeah, and this is not me blowing smoke up your butts. I mean, when I say you guys make it all worth it, you guys really make it all worth it.
You do. We wouldn't be able to do these shows without you guys, and we love getting to geek out and talk about collections. You know, it's very easy to kind of get bogged down with negative stuff, but what we really want to do is kind of lift people up. We want to talk about stuff that we love, and I'm so lucky that I get to talk with Zero about this.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of, would you and the chat like to see this again sometime?
Oh, absolutely. I think we need to make this a regular. At least once a month.
At least once a month we can do, yeah, because there's so much we can talk about, and I'm just speaking from my perspective. I don't even know half of what she's got in store for you. So yeah, maybe look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow. Look forward to more.
I think we can get a round 3 going at least, and multiple rounds. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, because our tips are very big, guys. the tip is massive. It's massive.
The chat has spoken. They say more, so it looks like I'm just gonna have to drag you back, Zero. Unfortunately,
we can give you guys more. How many do you guys want? Like 8, 9, 10, 11? Because we can keep going here. There ain't no stopping us.
There's no stopping this train, absolutely. And just before we do let you guys go, let me say a massive thank you to Ian So4. Thank you, sweetheart. He says, I remember those Discworld games. Love Terry. Me too. Point and click games, but they were a lot of fun. And Eric Idle was one of the voices in those games.
Ooh. I love that guy. 100 episodes.
You know what? Numbers at us now.
Yeah, you know, you laugh, but I promise you, we could do 100 episodes easily.
I think
easily.
So. Yeah.
Probably won't go that far. Maybe 99. We'll meet you somewhere halfway.
We'll stop it at 99 just to annoy people.
Because we'll party like it's 1999. Yeah, but thank you all so much for tuning in. I love getting to hang out with you guys because it doesn't happen often, and I just want to say thank you to Purple for having me here again to talk about the stuff that we love, because I'm so glad you're passionate about a lot of the same things that we are. It's always so much fun.
Absolutely. It's an absolute honor to get to chat with somebody who knows their stuff and is as passionate about gaming as Zeropium is, and has an amazing collection.
Oh, thank you.
And like you said, this is just the beginning. There is so much more that we can dig out and talk about. So
Billy May's here again to tell you, wait, there's more.
There's more.
There's a lot more. So thank you all so much. I love hanging out with you guys.
We do. So a massive thank you to Zeropium for being my co-host as always. You guys are the best in the chat. Thank you to everybody who sent in super chats. You guys are awesome. I hope to see you later on this afternoon. We will be on with Arwin with Pink and Purple, and if not, we will see you soon in no doubt either in chats or on Friday. So guys, make sure if you're not subscribed to Zeropium, please do check him out on Mondays with Loki.
You don't have to subscribe to me, but thank you very much.
You do. We're going to twist his arm and actually get him to make a channel eventually.
Great. Speaking of arms, sorry, do you think I should get a Metroid tattoo? I was thinking of getting a Metroid tattoo, like right on my shoulder.
I think so.
And maybe getting Samus on the other arm. Not naked or anything.
not in the weird kind of way.
I thought it'd be kind of cool. Let me know in the comments or whatever you guys do these days. I don't know. Just don't TikTok me. But
I think that would be pretty awesome, to be honest.
All right.
No doubt the chat will ponder that, guys. For the next show, give us an answer, and we'll put up a poll or something for the next show.
No bikini Samus. No, I like my ladies classy. Yeah, because just remember, when I die, that thing's still going to be there. So yeah, So thank you all so much, guys. This has been unreal.
This has been a fantastic show as always. So, guys, thank you for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and take care.